suit that you mentioned was the Costello case. It was a suit filed by Costello, an inmate out of prison, and it had to do with health care initially, but then it turns out every aspect of inmate treatment is somehow related to health care, so it really embraced the totality of the corrections environment. So I was familiar with the Costello case when I got here. And actually, I don't say that I set down and numbered goals that I had in mind, but one of them was that, to get that, if you'll allow me to say it, monkey off our back, where we could go on with the business of dealing with the corrections issues and dealing with programs issues and other issues. We had to deal with that. That was a federal court case, and had a special master appointed by the name of Dean Julin from the University of Florida. And I think what we really did was meet that head on. I had to resolve that the only way to tame this beast is to meet it head on. And by the time I got here, it was right on the edge of tipping over. We were on the verge of actually violating. So you're talking about a rookie coming in and getting all kinds of issues. That was the first one to face. How do you deal with that? Now, I actually engineered a plan on the spot. What we had to have was, there was a threshold, and I think it was like 98% or something, or 97% of the population, the bed space. Once you reach 97% of the available space, that automatically triggered releases that the legislature had provided for. Well, nobody wanted to do that. Nobody wanted to do the releases. So when I got here, the previous administration, the gubernatorial administration, knew that they had at best 90 days. And in fact, it is my understanding that in the governor's conversation with the prior secretary, who was Mr. Wainwright, told him, you will not allow any releases to happen until after I'm gone for 90 days. So in other words, he didn't want it tagged onto his administration. Well, what governor would, I suppose, it all automatically. I mean, all of a sudden, prison releases got to happen, and you're held accountable for it. But it was left with Governor Martinez then. So what we did, and I did actually, was develop an alternate plan that says we'll get a little bit ahead of that with another plan that says 97.5%. But we'll trigger a different kind of release, because what they had envisioned and what they had in the law wasn't across the board release. Every inmate out there got the same consideration, and they all got advanced at one time. So we engineered one that says only selective ones, the nonviolent criminals who are in for nonviolent offenses, they'll go faster because it's a narrower group. Mathematically, it works out that they would go faster, but it's a less dangerous group. Well, the only flaw in that theory, and that is exactly what happened. The governor actually held a special session in short order, and the legislature appropriated a great amount of money to build prisons. So that's the only thing he ever told me, by the way, about what his plan was. What are we going to do? He said, we're going to build prisons. That's all he said in terms of advice. I guess he didn't know any to give me, actually. So we had that special session, and they did adopt that legislation, and we went forward with the building program, as you sort of hinted at.